Yeah, it was interesting because I was like the cloud was moving through space and it stopped at a planet. It's drifting down to the surface of the planet, and that like the scene just looks like almost like a very industrial but technologically advanced scene.
So like a futuristic scene from a different world.
Yeah.
What is this place to you? Do you recognize it?
Not yet.
Are you on the surface or are you still coming down?
I'm on the surface now.
So describe what else you can see as you're coming down.
Like it's very dark. And it looks like the buildings are rounded, lots of what could look like smokestacks, but they're not. It's all like kind of metal, tubular kind of buildings. And it feels like it's industrial. Yeah.
Do you feel that there is even a surface, or you should be on the surface, or should you be in one of the buildings, perhaps?
Maybe one of the buildings because I can't feel my feet on the surface.
Okay, beautiful. So let's take yourself into one of the buildings, just guiding yourself. Because we'd like to get a sense of who you are and what it is that you're doing there. So let's go into one of the buildings. Are you in one of the buildings yet?
I think so. I just kind of like got into one of them.
And what is happening?
Well, I can't tell what the shape of the beings are, but it looks like it's some kind of. Initially, I thought it was like food preparation, but I think it's more like medical. Like there's almost like when you're in an operating room and there's things going on with like trays and actually more like a laboratory.
Beautiful. So before we investigate and explore that a little bit more, just looking down at the surface where your feet would normally be on the floor. Do you have a form? Do you have a body? And it may look a little bit different to what you usually would see, but just begin to describe how it is that you appear.
Looks like I'm just wearing very plain black boots. But they're not like boots how we know them. They're just kind of shiny black. Almost like they could be a plastic covering.
And just doing a bit of a body scan, working your way up from your feet, where your boots are. How else do you appear?
Like almost like the body is gray. Kind of skinny. Mm. Funny because I can't see my clothes, I can just see my body.
Mm-hmm. Are you a human form, or are you perhaps more different, more of a grey being?
Yeah, I don't think it's human.
Mm.
It's like a gray being. Very close to a human form, but not quite.
Mm. And just feeling your head, do you have any hair at all?
No.
Mm. And your hands, are they more elongated than a human's hand? Do you even have all 5 fingers?
Definitely elongated.
Mm.
Um, I think it's like 6 fingers.
Mm. Beautiful. Okay. So now you've got a understanding of what you are and how you appear. How do you feel being in this body?
Natural.
Mm.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like anything different.
Beautiful. Okay, so let's explore the building that you've walked into this lab medical area. What is happening around you?
Feels like they're very busy. They're trying to figure something out.
Mm.
A little bit tense. Mm,
What is it that they're trying to figure out?
I don't know, like I feel like I keep seeing the same being taking a tray,
Mm.
something. It's just like a metal tray, but I don't really see anything on it. It looks just like utensils on it.
But this being you keep seeing,
Yeah, I'm trying to get a sense of like, am I part of this
yeah.
scene happening or am I kind of watching it from a different place?
Well, you can always ask them. You can always connect into them and ask them what's happening. What's your role there? Are you just observing?
Hmm. I'm getting, no, we need your help.
Mm.
Like I'm being kind of, I don't want to say bossed around, but like shown, okay, go do this, go do this, go do this.
Mm. And what is it that they want you to help with?
Mm. Okay, so,
And just repeating that again for me.
okay, I'm asking them again because I'm not getting an
Mm.
answer, like I'm not getting an answer.
Mm-hmm. Are they centered around a body perhaps that they're working on or operating on? Or is there something else that they're working on?
It's something else that they're working on, and now I feel like it's not medical, it's more like scientific, trying to figure out something to do with the planet or outer space or just something to do with, not medical. Like they're, I don't know. I mean, I'm picturing like a human telescope, but they're trying to, I think they're working on some kind of telescope that protects the planet.
Oh. So has something happened that has perhaps threatened the planet, that they're trying to figure out how to stop it from affecting the planet?
The sense that I'm getting is that they've discovered something in outer space and it's coming to the planet, and they're trying to analyze, it. But there's this sense of like it's not good.
So are you a scientist? Are you a scientist there helping them?
I think so. Yeah, and I'm getting like a male energy. I'm male in this.
So let's go deeper into this, because we want to find out, what is this threat to the planet? What is that they've discovered that's potentially not good for the planet? So what is out there? What is it that they've seen?
I'm getting like the word organic material that's like heading towards them, and it's a lot of it.
Can you ask them, is it black goo that they have seen?
Let me ask one more time. I'm getting the word yes.
Yes, okay. And is this a form of negative artificial intelligence that's coming to the planet?
I'm getting yes.
So what this could essentially be a virus that would contaminate the planet and essentially take it over. Is that the potential threat that they've got now, that they've received?
Yes.
Interesting. So what is it that they can do to stop it from coming to the planet? Is there even anything that they can do?
And we don't know yet. Because we're trying different things to preempt it coming.
And who you are there, and all of the beings that you're around right now, do you all have a name for yourself, rather than just being called a grey being? Do you have a name for who you are as a people?
The sound I don't even know how to replicate. It's not English.
Can you ask them to put it in maybe layman's terms? If you can ask them to give you the name, but in English. Simplify it. What would we call it?
Getting something that sounds like Matatar.
All right.
Yeah, Matatarian.
So if I was to say the Maitre beings, is that the same or is that different? Maitre?
It's the same. It's the same.
Right. Now, before we move on from the scene, who you are there and the beings that you're there with, do you feel that you're a peaceful civilization, or do you feel a little bit different from that? Do you feel peaceful?
Very peaceful. That's why it almost feels like this isn't fair.
Yeah.
That we're having to deal with this.
Okay. Now, is there anything else from that scene? Anything else that you'd like to explore? Or do those other beings that you're there with, do they have any other messages that they'd like to pass on to you before we move forward in that same lifetime?
No other messages.
Beautiful, okay. So what I'd like for us to do now is I'd like for us to just leave that scene. We've got all of the information from that scene, and we'd like to move forward now to an important day. A day that you consider to be important when something is happening. And we've moved forward to an important day. And just beginning to tell me what is happening. What is it that you see?
I'm just going to go with it because I don't know if it's my ego or if but it's that fireball scene.
Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Now, this scene that you're looking at, really connecting into the scene, is this the moment that the Black Goo, this organic material, has arrived at the planet?
Yeah. And they're coming in as fireballs. That's what it is.
Right. So when it arrives, it's hitting everywhere. What is happening around you? Is it chaotic or is it different?
It's chaotic because no one knows where to go to be safe.
And are you with anyone, or are you on your own observing what's happening around you?
So initially the memory of my dream popped into my head, but now I'm back in that like industrial view with those fireballs coming. It's like it made that link for me.
Yeah, beautiful.
So I'm on my own witnessing this.
So essentially in your dreams, you've been reliving this memory because it's been quite traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been coming through into your present life.
Yeah, it must have been because it's just so scary.
Mm.
I mean, I'm at peace watching it because I know I'm not really there. But yeah, it's like fear, sadness, confusion.
Mm. So when you're seeing all of this, do you just continue to observe, or do you perhaps rush to anyone's aid, or do you take cover? What is it that you choose to do next?
And now I'm kind of being shown me having been there. And like I'm trying to run and usher loved ones to safety, like, let's go this way, that kind of a feeling.
Mm.
So, yeah, it was just so much chaos, and I'm trying to get people to safety.
Mm. So what I'd like for us to do is, we've received clarity now on this memory, which is very significant, but I'd like for us to skip ahead to the aftermath, to know what happened after, whether the planet was recovered or whether this black goo took over the planet essentially and took over the minds of the Maitre beings. So we just want to skip ahead. We want to fast forward. So just gently taking yourself forward in that lifetime to the aftermath. Taking yourself forward to an important day. And just moving there now. And as the scene's getting clearer and clearer to you, just beginning to tell me what is happening.
A lot of destruction. Now I can see the sun. I couldn't see the sun before, or like some form of light. Um, I don't see anybody. I'm getting that something wasn't compatible.
Ah, beautiful. So could it be that the black goo wasn't compatible with the Maitre beings, so therefore it moved on?
It's possible, but I don't see anybody. So it's like, did it wipe everyone out, but it couldn't survive there? So it left, but it already destroyed everything and everyone. I feel like there's no one left.
Or could it have affected everyone, but it wasn't compatible with you, perhaps?
No, I feel like I, the word I'm getting, or the phrase is like, you weren't so lucky to escape. No one escaped.
So have you already passed on, but are just looking at the aftermath of the
I
planet?
think so. Yeah.
Okay. So just before we move on, just connecting in to your higher self in this moment and just asking, is this what infected the minds of the Maitre beings and what essentially turned them into a negative or a regressive race?
I'm getting like, yes, somewhat.
And can you ask them just to give you a bit more information on that? What do they mean by somewhat?
Like it was not only the goo, but the fear. Like there was still emotion that could be felt, and there was fear and like anger, and that's where some of that came from. I am getting that I feel like I failed. I failed to, I guess, as that scientist, to stop that from happening.
The divine truth, though, is that you could not stop it from happening. It was going to happen anyway. It was contracted to happen to the planet.
Okay.
So just looking back on that lifetime, looking back on the memories, what do you feel was the ultimate lesson in that lifetime?
I'm getting the word surrender.
Beautiful.
And love.
And what do you feel was the purpose in that lifetime?
I mean, it was to try to help the civilization there. Yeah, it was like in service as a scientist. I was in service to the people.
Well, we can definitely help the civilization even now, even after this has passed, whilst you're there, whilst you're observing the planet as it is, the aftermath. Because what we'd like to do now, if you'd like to, is to heal the planet and heal every single Maitre being that was affected by what had happened. Would you like to do the healing?
Yeah, I would love to.
Beautiful. So what I'm calling in now is the golden ray, the Elohim of the golden ray. Very high, angelic, the highest vibration of creation next to source, very powerful angelic energies. And they're descending onto the planet now. So just seeing this golden light. And it's coming into your body. Seeing your grey skin light up with this golden light. And it's expanding out into the planet. Everywhere is saturated in gold. All of the beings that you were working with earlier, trying to stop this from happening. They're surrendering and they're welcoming in these golden energies. The fireballs, the black goo, they're receiving your golden healing energies, the golden ray. The entire planet, all of the buildings, all of the beings there, the land, everywhere is receiving these golden energies. And what this energy is doing is it's raising the vibration. What was once dark is now being brought into the light. This black goo is surrendering to the light. And the planet's healing. How does it feel to be receiving these energies and seeing these energies expand out into the planet?
Oh, it feels so nice. Like even as you were saying it, I could just feel that surge. And then I can really kind of feel it filling everything. And even from afar, just looking out onto the planet, I can see it emanating in gold.
Beautiful. I'm just going to stay for a moment in that energy to allow the entire planet to receive the energies of the golden ray. Beautiful. And so now we've healed the memories. We've healed the entire lifetime. We've healed the entire civilization, the planet, even the black goo. And that artificial intelligence has received these healing energies. Do you feel ready to move on?
Yes.